queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross. Turn up, queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross. Turn up, queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross. Turn up, queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross. Turn up, queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross. Turn up, queen, bitch, you know I wear the cross.
It's your number one babe, Kim K. What's up, y'all? What up, Dough Cake Squad? It's your girl Kim K, aka Kimmy Cakes, aka Kimmy Got That Cake. Alright? And today I'm gonna be doing something new. I'm introducing a new segment to my channel. It's gonna be every Saturday. It's gonna be called Turning Up with Kimmy Cakes Shady Saturday, and I'm gonna just talk about a hot topic or just somebody that's a celebrity, of course, either a YouTuber, celebrity, something of that nature that is trending for whatever reason. Most likely it'll be a shady reason, and I'm just gonna give the facts and as well as my commentary. So if you haven't already, go ahead and subscribe. Make sure you hit that bell and join my notification gang, all right, so that you don't miss any of my Shady Saturday and you can turn up with Kimmy Cakes. Now, when I say turn up, every Saturday I'm gonna have a different bottle of wine. And this Saturday, since this is my first Saturday doing this, I want to see how you all like it and how you all respond to it. I'm gonna be doing something a little cheap but good. It is Yellowtail. I hope you guys can see that. Focus, focus. Okay. Yellowtail Sweet Red Roux. Now this pairs well with barbecue or girls' night in, right? The flavors are sweet red berries, vanilla, and chocolate. So that sounded good to me. So yes, I am a white wine type of girl. I love Moscato. So I wanted to switch it up a little bit. I hear red wine is a little better for you, and it's a little bit stronger than white wine. So we about to find out. So today for my Shady Saturday, we gonna turn up talking about 50 Cent. Now, I don't know if y'all heard or if y'all seen this, but 50 is back at it again. He doing his trolling. Y'all already know how 50 is. He trolls out of control. He don't give a fuck. He is the clap back king, all right? He a nigga nobody wants to beef with. I don't even want to beef with 50, all right? But apparently there are some people that do. One of them being his son, his oldest son, Marquise Jackson. Now, Thursday, today is now Saturday, of course. Thursday, Marquise posted a picture on IG. And in this picture, he is with Kenneth Supreme McGriff's son. Now, if y'all don't know, 50 and Supreme been beefing since Batman and Superman. So before I get into this Shady Saturday, I'm gonna go ahead and open up my wine. All right. Now this I already like because I don't need an opener for this. It just popped right open. Got my infamous blue glass. So I'm gonna pour this up. Oh, I can already smell it. Okay, so that's good. Ooh, I taste it. The first thing that hits my palate is the berries, and then that chocolatey taste is like in the back. It's like an aftertaste, but it's very robust. It's good. It's good. All right, so this past Thursday, Kenneth McGriff's son posted this photo to IG, which he has since deleted. But y'all know when y'all put something on the internet, it's there, all right? All it takes is 2-button press, and it's screenshotted, screen recorded, and we got it, all right? You can delete it, but we got it. So he posted this photo of him and Marquise Jackson, 50 Cent's son. Somehow, some way, 50 Cent got wind of this, and he goes and he comments under this picture, and he says, if both these little niggas got hit by a bus, I wouldn't have a bad day. Now, before I get into my commentary, I just want to give you guys who may not know how 50 and his eldest son, Marquise Jackson, got to this level of beef. All right, they beefed out. All right, they don't get along. Okay, they hate each other. All right. So, for those of you who may not know, 50 Cent has had a rocky relationship with his son for quite a while. This is all in part to the split between Shaniqua Tompkins, which is 5th's baby mom, Marquise Jackson's mother. They had a really nasty split, you know what I'm saying? They broke up. She became a better baby mama. They dated for several years back in the 90s. So, I don't know if y'all saw his movie, Get Rich or Die Trying, but basically that whole storyline is kind of based on him and Shaniqua, how they met, how, you know, he got on, they had the baby, yada yada. But back in the 90s, they dated for a while. In 1997, they had Marquise. They split sometime in between, I would say in the early 2000s, which led to an extended custody battle over the child, and they didn't reach an official agreement until 2008. During the battle, the rapper admitted having limited contact with Marquise, who was 11 at that time, was the toughest because he's my motivation, writes 5th. 5th also stated that my relationship with my son is changing because he and his mom aren't friends anymore. There's different channels I have to go through. He has lawyers appointed to him through the court, so I have to talk to his lawyers to get things situated for me. Situated for me to actually get him. That doesn't make sense, but basically what he's saying is, since him and Shaniqua broke up and they wasn't cool, they started beefing, his son and his relationship changed as a result. She even got a lawyer put in place as a middleman so that 5th would have to communicate with this lawyer before he could communicate with his son. That would ultimately lead to a visit. Prior to all the custody battles and yada yada yada, the Long Island home that Shaniqua and Marquise were living in, which was owned by 50 Cent at the time, burned down. Investigators on the scene called the incident suspicious. Alright. So after that, Shaniqua files a lawsuit against 50 Cent, alleging that he promised her the house, valued at $2.4 million. More than a decade before. So, I guess when Marquise was like a baby, he promised her that house. He said, you know, this is your house, baby. You can have this motherfucker. You and my son, you know, I want this for y'all. Alright. Following the fire, 50 Cent in turn sued Shaniqua for making defamatory statements, including that he tried to kill her by setting the fire. Most recently, the pair feuded after Fifth told Tompkins, Shaniqua, who was allegedly collaborating on a reality show, that she wasn't suited for television. Fifth says, "Get up and job. I own your life rights. Reality TV is a no-go. I don't know what to tell you. Oh, go shake your new fake ass over at Club Angels." This is Fifth talking to Shaniqua, because she was trying to get a check. She was trying to get a bag. She was trying to do reality TV. She was trying to do whatever she could do to get her coins. So, even though the rapper has attempted to mend his strained relationship with Marquise several times, his son says the constant drama with Tompkins pushed him away. It went completely south when I was probably, now this is Marquise speaking about his relationship with his father, Fifth. It went completely south when I was probably like 10 or 11. He wasn't really around enough. It kind of dwindled down as time went on and certain events happened. For me, I just started feeling differently about him because growing up, my dad was a superhero. He does this on television. He does this. He does that. He would take me to school. It was like having a father who was Superman, more or less. But then, as I got older, you start to realize things, or you start seeing certain patterns, and it takes an effect on your relationship with people. That's what happened with me and my father. He's still alive, but I can't tell you our last conversation or the last time we even had a dialogue. That's deep. That's deep. So, yeah, I mean, in so many words, he's basically saying that the patterns that he saw through watching the interactions between him and his mom changed how he felt about his dad. That's deep. Growing up with a bitter mama. So this is harsh because I found an article that he did back in 2008 while they were actually going through this custody battle. Not being able to see his 11-year-old son Marquise is the toughest because he's my motivation. So just what, 10 years ago? Well, 10 years is a long time, but half of Marquise's life, he has had his dad as his best friend, as his superhero. And the other half, he grew to hate him based on Fifth's interactions with his mom. He basically picked the side of his mother. But back then, back in 2008, he just really wanted to see his son. He says, "I'd like to be able to just see my baby," he said in an interview with MTV.com. During the custody battle, 50 Cent has had limited contact with his son, following what authorities call a suspicious fire that destroyed the home where Marquise lived with his mother. So after that, there was no more visitation. Jackson, 50, was upset that Marquise would not be able to join him on the road this year because ever since Fifth's career had took off, Marquise would go on a tour with him. Fifth writes, "In the summertime, for the first 2 years, I was successful. My son, for the first 2 years, I was successful. My son has traveled with us on these tours. This summer, when he's free, it's like no communication. It's tough." Jackson also explained why he's reluctant to talk about the situation in depth. "My son at some point will have the opportunity to see what Shaniqua and I are saying about each other," he said. "She's still his mother and I'm still his father. Regardless, he's gonna love both of us." Now that's how he felt in 2008 during the custody battle. So after the fire, Shaniqua was granted a temporary order of protection against 50 after she accused him of trying to kill her and the son by burning down the Long Island home in May. So the house burned down in May, on May 30th, and he started trying to get visitation in June. He vehemently denied he was behind the house fire and filed a $20 million defamation lawsuit against his ex, Shaniqua, as well as a visitation petition in June. So once Fifth started to notice that his relationship with Marquise changed, he said that he doesn't want his mom to feel like he's a traitor. There's nothing you can do about that. So he kind of went through this point of understanding where he understood, like, well, you know, he don't want his mom to feel like he's being a traitor by allowing me into his life because she hates me so much. So there's nothing you can really do about that, which I agree. So that's a little bit of the backstory as to how they got to this point. When he beefing with somebody, he goes all in. Baby mama, grandmama, nobody's safe. So, you know, Shaniqua was steady trying to find a way to get her coins. She was trying to do a reality show and all of this. Fifth put a stop to that, which threw more fuel on the fire, you know, and probably caused her to say more things about negative about Fifth around the son, which caused him to hate his dad even more. That's tough. That's tough. So fast forward to today. I mean, this is deep. Like, I remember, like, while, like, before Marquise turned 21, like, Fifth was doing all of this child support celebrations, that he was about to be on child support, just flaunting gifts that he bought for his other sons. You know, it's been a lot. It's been a lot of back and forth, and this picture didn't make it no better. And I personally think that Marquise kind of did this on purpose. He kind of knew what he was doing. you know, I didn't grow up with my father. I have my father in my life now, which I'm grateful for, but I didn't grow up with him. And I can only imagine that if I could see my dad just living this lavish life without me, I would feel a way too. I would. However, he has to understand that you are pushing him away. You won't allow him to be a father. So what is he supposed to do? Life goes on, right? Like, I'm only going to try so much. And then it's going to be to the point where, okay, if you want me in your life, here's my number, here's my contact. You know how to get in touch with me. I'm here, you know. But it doesn't seem like Marquise wants that. It's like it's like he lives to hate this man. And it saddens me. So fast forward to today. Well, this week, this picture goes up. 5th comment. And after he comments, he starts getting a lot of backlash about it on social media. So People Magazine writes, after many users criticized the power star for saying such a horrifying thing about his son, whom he shares with ex-girlfriend Shaniqua Tompkins, 50 Cent responded to the backlash on his Twitter account and defended himself as a father. 5th writes, I have zero ill will towards anyone living on this earth. The people, Shanquas, I think he meant Shaniqua, or he could have meant Shanquas. Maybe he's trying to say say it as a guy, like it's a guy, made Shaniqua into a guy's name. I don't know. You never know with 5th petty ass. But the people who Shanquas' son looks up to and associates with is a reflection of the negative energy he embraces towards me. I paid his mother $1,360,000 in support to afford him opportunities I never had. Now, that's how 5th feels. Okay, that's what he wrote on Twitter. Now, I don't think he has ill will towards his son or towards Supreme Son. I think that just at first glance, seeing his son like so willingly to post up and hang out with his enemies, it kind of hurt him on a spiritual level, on a parental level, and it was kind of like a slap in the face. So he flew off the handle, you know, flew off the keyboard and said what he said. Now, he just said he wouldn't have a bad day, you know what I'm saying? He didn't say he wouldn't cry, he wasn't sad, be sad, his world wouldn't come tumbling down. That's not a bad day. That's a terrible day. That's an awful day. Nobody wants to get that phone call, no matter how estranged you are. Hey, your son was hit by a bus. He didn't make it. You know? I think he was just in his feelings. And he was upset. And he had to clap back. Or he felt like he had to say something. So that's what he said. Am I defending that? No. But I kind of understand, being a parent, putting myself in his shoes, I understand how he would feel seeing some shit like that. If he ever does want it to get to a point where him and Marquise is cool, they're cordial, they're getting along, then doing this type of shit ain't the way to do it. It's making it worse. It's further prolonging them rebuilding a bond, you know, as father and son. It's just you know, throwing fuel on the fire for that beef to cook. That's all it's doing. One thing I can never, ever, ever see myself doing is drilling this hate into my child against their father. If they're there or not. I have an open door policy. As long as my child is willing to accept you into their life, I'm willing to accept you into their life. No matter how old they are, how young, whatever. I just can't see how she could really. I feel like Shaniqua has instilled this hate into this child. She was hurt, she was bitter, she was devastated because she was with him when he ain't have shit, and as soon as he got on, he probably switched up a bit. He probably was cheating, who knows. She couldn't handle it, so she left, or she, you know, they went their separate ways, and she made it her business to make her child hate him as well. And I'm a little baffled that it worked, or that she even, a mother would even do this, you know. It's pretty fucked up, but I blame her. I blame Shaniqua, and I honestly don't blame 50 for feeling the way that he feels. Like, oh well, I tried. I was there from you from day one. I brought you on the road with me. I brought you on tour with me. Even he said it, you felt like I was Superman, like I was a Superman type dad. And within a matter of months of me not being there during the custody battle, your mother was able to turn you against me. Like I said, my dad wasn't there for me. He wasn't there for any of us. My dad was on drugs, and my mother left him, as she should have. But when he got clean and sober, he came back, and he's been there ever since and never left, never missed a beat. It was very hard for me to let him back into my life, but I'm happy I did. My mother never talked bad about my dad to us. She left us to form our own thoughts and opinions about him based on actions. That's what a mother's supposed to do, period. You let your child form their own opinions and ideas about their parent, about their non-custodial parent. It kind of sounds like that's what he did, but he had some help from a bitter baby mom. That's all I'm saying. I don't know. I hope these two patch it up down the line sometime. I hope that they find their way back to each other, back to, you know, how they were 10 years ago. If they keep going at this rate, I don't ever see that happening, but I would like to see it happen. Those are my thoughts and opinions. But that's just my opinion. I just wanted to take some time and talk about this because I seen this going on and I had something to say. If you like this video and if you think that my Turning Up with Kimmy Cakes Shady Saturday is going to be a good addition to my channel, make sure you thumbs up this video and let your girl know, so that I will push out more videos like this, even though I plan to anyway. I'm also gonna add more people. Like, I'm not just gonna talk about one person. This is just a video I did to kind of test this out, see if you guys like it and how you respond to it. So let me know how you like it. Thanks for watching. Peace.
Kimmy Cakes. Kimmy got cake. Kimmy caked. Kimmy is caked. Caked up Kimmy.
It feels really good to say you booked and busy and be really booked and fucking busy, cause I'm about to get off Snapchat I'm not about to go to sleep, but I'm about to get the hell off here.